Hello everyone. Welcome to the 5-Minute Discovery channel. When it comes to prosperity and sustainable wealth in Europe, many people will immediately think of famous countries such as England, Germany, France, Belgium or the Netherlands. These are all large countries, once powerful empires that left their mark in human history. However, there is a small, modest country that holds a respectable position, the richest country, with one of the biggest incomes in the European Union, EU. That is Luxembourg, the powerful little guy. Perhaps the name Luxembourg will surprise many people. But let's put that surprise aside and explore what has helped this small country build such a strong and wealthy economy. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that we can always accompany each other on the journey to discover interesting things. First, to understand why Luxembourg is known as the tiny country of the European Union, let's look at its size. Luxembourg is located in Western Europe, surrounded by three giant neighbors, France, Germany and Belgium. However, the entire country covers an area of only 2.586 square kilometers. Luxembourg is no different from a large city in Vietnam when placed on the map. In terms of Europe, this is the 8th smallest country, if we only count within the EU. Luxembourg is the second from the bottom, only larger than Malta, another tiny friend. However, don't let its modest size fool you. Luxembourg is a country with an extremely impressive economic strength. Tiny but mighty is the perfect phrase to describe this country. Although small, Luxembourg leads in per capita income in the entire European Union. Even big countries like Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands or France have to admit defeat. According to the World Bank, in 2020, Luxembourg's per capita income reached nearly $116,000. Right behind is the Republic of Ireland. But this figure is only over $85,000. A huge gap. Most other countries in the EU are far from this level, not even reaching half. These numbers not only make Luxembourg stand out in the EU but also help this country become a model for sustainable development and wealth. So, what has helped Luxembourg become an economic giant in the heart of Europe? Let's find out more in the next sections. Luxembourg is not only famous for its highest per capita income in the European Union, but also for being one of the countries with the strongest economies in the world. Let's look at the numbers to see that clearly. In 2020, Luxembourg's per capita income reached nearly $116,000, far surpassing large countries such as the Netherlands, Germany, France, Austria and Sweden. Although the whole world has been heavily affected by the COVID-19 pandemic this year, Luxembourg has maintained its leading position, continuing to maintain the impressive growth momentum that has been established for many years. In fact, since 2007, the country's per capita income has exceeded $100,000, peaking in 2018 at nearly $119,000. On a global scale, very few countries or territories have achieved similar results. Names like Monaco, Liechtenstein or Bermuda are just a few rare cases that can be compared. In the European Union alone, Luxembourg has always held the #1 position in terms of income, proving its economic strength compared to other major countries. Luxembourg is not an emerging economic star, it has been rich for a long time. In the 19th century, the country built its prosperity on the steel industry. Steel production was once a pillar of the economy, bringing great development to Luxembourg. However, by the late 1970s, the industry gradually fell into crisis and collapsed. Instead of accepting the decline, Luxembourg quickly sought a new path. The country began to diversify its economy, focusing on the chemical, rubber, and other industrial products industries. However, the biggest turning point must be the strong transformation in recent decades, when Luxembourg became a leading financial center in the world. Today, the service sector, especially banking and finance, accounts for a large part of Luxembourg's economic structure, with the presence of around 150 international banks. The country is not only a financial center of Europe, but also an important destination on the global economic map. The financial sector has not only compensated for the losses caused by the collapse of the steel industry but has also brought Luxembourg to new heights, helping the country's economy to remain stable and grow. Luxembourg is not only a small country with a huge income but also a leading economic, financial, and power center in Europe, with titles such as the second largest investment center in the world, after the US, and the most important private banking center in the Eurozone. Luxembourg is truly an economic bright spot. In addition, this country is also a leader in the field of information technology and communications, especially the satellite industry. This is where the largest reinsurance companies in Europe converge, attracting trillions of dollars in foreign direct investment, FDI, thanks to an attractive tax policy system, which many people call a tax haven. Luxembourg was once known as an ideal tax haven for multinational companies. In 2014, a shocking information leak in Europe showed that more than 300 large companies, including Amazon, Apple, IKEA, and Pepsi, had signed secret tax agreements with the Luxembourg government. Thanks to these agreements, the effective tax rate that these companies have to pay can be reduced to just 1%, saving them billions of dollars. A large amount of revenue is transferred through branches in Luxembourg, which are almost tax-free. Although criticized as a scandal, this tax haven reputation has attracted a huge FDI flow, up to $4.000 billion US, equivalent to 1/10 of the total global FDI at that time. In addition to attracting financial and reinsurance companies, Luxembourg is also a favorite stop for large technology corporations. Amazon and Skype are two typical examples that have set up regional headquarters here, taking advantage of preferential tax policies and a favorable business environment. These high-tech and value-added industries further increase Luxembourg's attractiveness in the eyes of global investors. In addition to its economic role, Luxembourg is also an important power center of the European Union, EU. The country is home to many of the EU's key institutions, including the European Court of Justice, the European Court of Auditors, the European Investment Bank, EIB, the European Stability Mechanism, ESM, the Secretariat General of the European Parliament. In addition, many Luxembourgers hold important leadership positions within the EU, contributing significantly to the development and stability of the Union. Luxembourg is not only a wealthy country but also possesses a desirable strategic location in the heart of Western Europe, one of the most developed regions in the world. This small country is like an ideal transit station, helping you easily connect to major European centers in just a few hours. From Luxembourg, you can fly to London, the global financial center, in just 1 hour. A 2-hour high-speed train will take you to Paris, the City of Light, or just 3 hours to Brussels, the political capital of Europe. Even Berlin is less than a 2-hour flight. All these trips depart from Findel International Airport, the country's only airport but always bustling like a bustling commercial center. Luxembourg is likened to a miniature version of the United Nations because of its cultural diversity and international residents, with a population of around 641,000 as of 2011, nearly half of whom are foreigners. Luxembourg has a rare characteristic, ethnic harmony, among foreign residents. The Portuguese make up the largest proportion, around 16% of the population, followed by the French and Italians. The majority of foreigners living here come from other European countries, creating a diverse and culturally rich community. Interestingly, Luxembourg not only welcomes immigrants but also facilitates their integration. It is one of the few countries where people can easily communicate thanks to the multilingualism of the local population. Luxembourg has 3 official languages: Luxembourgish, German, and French. People here are often fluent in all 3 languages, and English is also widely used, especially in international communication. The education system in Luxembourg promotes multilingualism from an early age. Children start learning Luxembourgish in kindergarten, then continue learning German in primary school and French in secondary school. This not only helps the locals communicate flexibly but also makes it easier for immigrants to integrate. Luxembourg, a small but powerful country, is not only financially rich but also possesses a diverse and rich culture and cuisine. Strongly influenced by its two big neighbors, France and Germany. Cuisine, unique flavors between France and Germany. Luxembourg cuisine is a subtle blend of French romance and German solidity. Traditional dishes here can satisfy any picky diner, from crispy potato cakes, pork pies, to the national dish of pork and broad beans. In particular, desserts such as plum jam cakes or fresh cheese cakes are also unforgettable highlights. Luxembourg people do not favor fast food, because the local cuisine is already too rich. This is shown by the fact that only a few brands, such as McDonald's or Pizza Hut, appear here, while other fast food brands are almost absent. Luxembourg is also proud of its fine wine production industry, not inferior to famous lands, such as France or Italy. Bottles of wine from here have won many prestigious awards, creating an indispensable part of the national cultural identity. With the highest income in Europe, Luxembourg people enjoy a classy life. The car ownership rate here is among the top in the world, with 640 cars per 1,000 people. That is a testament to the wealth and luxurious lifestyle of this country. Luxembourg is also the kingdom of castles. The ancient castles are carefully preserved and restored, an ideal destination for those who love history and medieval architecture. Luxembourg capital, intersection between past and present. Luxembourg capital is a beautiful picture of ancient architecture and modern breadth. Ancient buildings and ruins from the Middle Ages are interspersed among modern works, creating a unique landscape. The river gently meanders through the heart of the city, embracing the cool green valleys, making this place full of vitality. Not only that, Luxembourg is also blessed with vast forests, bringing a peaceful space amidst the bustling pace of life. With all these wonderful conditions, Luxembourg City has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, affirming its historical and cultural value. Although small, Luxembourg is always at the top in many fields, especially in terms of per capita income. This country is the perfect example of the saying, small but mighty. This is where outstanding economic development, unique cultural beauty, and unmatched natural beauty intersect. If you are looking for a country with a strong European identity but with its own distinct characteristics, Luxembourg will definitely bring you memorable experiences.